Episode 72, Bitcoin in Japan, and we are joined by the lovely Aska Eiki from Tokyo, Japan, the first actual Japanese person to be a guest on the Tokyo Crypto Show, and also you are the first Japanese person. Omedetou gozaimasu.
Thank you. Arigato.
We got Charlie, as usual, from cultivatecrypto.com. I'm getting a little bit of an echo from somebody, but is that you, Charlie?
No, I have my desktop audio turned off, so I muted the other two.
So, guys, what we're gonna do today? Me and Charlie are from America. Obviously, we live in Tokyo, so we have an American kind of mindset about crypto, and so it's. When we talk about the kind of typical Japanese, like they are very, they don't take too much risk usually, but we think, and we want to ask you, like we think the Japanese actually really, really love Bitcoin. So we're going to ask Aska a bunch of questions about Japan, but first, Charlie, let's do it. Let's do the price analyzation. If you have your charts up really quick, we are going to talk about the price of Bitcoin. Aska, what do you think about the price while Charlie's getting the charts ready? What is your analysis? What do you think will happen with Bitcoin by the end of the year? I just want to hear.
No, I think it's gonna exceed the highest price, which was 240 man. So I think it's only going up.
Mm-hmm.
Bullish, baby.
Yeah, very bullish. I like it. Charlie, why don't you just give us a quick analysis of the price here and what we think is going on, and then we will jump right into the interview with Aska.
Sure, sounds good to me. I'll just zoom out and take a look here on the large scale. Basically, we had a cycle low here on day 72 of the last cycle being from the late June until early September. So we had the high here, which is a bullish high at about 12,400. And then we broke down here back down to 9,800, right? To be honest, potentially the last time that we have Bitcoin under $10,000. Now, there's a lot of people who keep saying that, but it is very, very possible that that's the case. What we want to see here on the weekly close is above these two lines, basically this line to the downside, and then this support area here at about 10,500. So if we see Bitcoin go above 10,600, close there in the next 4 days at 11 hours, then we're very, very bullish. And that's good for Bitcoin from now until the end of the year. If we go in and take a look at it a little bit lower on the daily chart, we have that support at 10,500. We have resistance at about 11,271. So yeah, I think Bitcoin's in a very, very good space right now. Not too much to worry about. If we zoom out back again on the weekly scale, we zoom out really, really far. This is the stuff that makes me really excited. So, right, if we get this breakout again and we close above these areas, and by the end of this year, like Aska is saying, if we break above 14,000, and maybe even test the all-time highs of 20,000. That would be absolutely wonderful. That would be a cherry on top. But all we need is for Bitcoin to get above $14,000. And then within the next, I would say, 365 or so days, we have a chance to get to $27,000 per Bitcoin by the end of next year. So I would say we're bullish.
Good stuff. Yep. Let's go to Aska. Let's talk about that real quick. End of next year, one Bitcoin.
Next year, okay.
300万yen. What do you think?
Oh, possibly.
Yeah. Charlie really thinks. Charlie really think it's gonna happen. He's ready.
I got it.
I mean, I would say why not?
Mm-hmm. So, just so you guys know, we're gonna talk about this now. I personally, again, my belief is this: I look at the short term right now, and I think, and I still believe, okay, from now until the end of the year, I think the market is going to continue to go up. And then also, I think that when it comes to a very important event, we have the United States election, whether you want to believe it or not. I think that Trump is going to win. And I think because him winning, I think the markets are going to rally, because in 2016, the exact same pattern happened. But let's get into the juicy stuff. I met Aska here I was at a nightclub this past Saturday, and my friend randomly introduced us. I was very drunk, and she was very nice to me, and we followed each other on Instagram, and now we're going to talk about this. So, Aska, tell me, what exactly do you do in the cryptocurrency world here?
So originally, I was an interpreter specialized in crypto because many Japanese investors, like as you guys know, like don't speak English.
Right.
So I was doing that. Like I did like lots of seminars, webinars all over Japan for Japanese investors between like foreign CEOs and entrepreneurs and project managers, right? And then I joined Zebra, which Amber, right? So, and of course, she's a Chinese native, so she can really communicate with like Chinese CEOs and project managers. So right now she brings like lots of hot projects from China, and then Japanese investors are like buying like crazy. So like one day is like we easily sell like 1 million, right? And of course, like we get like sweet commissions from that.
Right. Very good. $1 million or yen?
Dollars.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So you are closing $1 million deals. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you get started in crypto? Like you're you're a pretty girl. Most pretty girls don't even know what Bitcoin is or cryptocurrency, or they just kind of, they want kawaii fashion. They're checking Instagram every day. How did you become so have such a good knowledge in crypto, and why did you decide I think this is a good idea?
I saw an opportunity in crypto because I've been working entertainment, like a TV personality and modeling for like 7 years. But then the pay is shit,
Yeah, it is.
I was like, yeah, it is, right? Like in entertainment, unless you're like super famous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, and I was like, around 28, something. So I'm like, I have to do something. I have to figure something to do, after entertainment. And then I met crypto, and then I was like, oh, this is so interesting, and the people in crypto is so interesting. They're always they always have free mind, and they're not set to conventional way of thinking.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is it. Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
What was the one event that made you kind of even know about crypto? How did you find it?
So one of the first meetups I met Roger Beer.
Right.
So I didn't know who he was, but everybody was taking picture with him, and I Googled him and became friends with him. So I made many appearances at his shows, but he's such an interesting figure, and then he embodies economic freedom even from government or even from taxation. I think that's just an interesting concept.
Yeah, we're a big fan of economic freedom over here. Me and Charlie, we used to work at a really big company here in Japan, Recruito.
Oh, Recruito, yeah, of course.
We both work for Recruit, and then I told Charlie, Charlie, this is shit pay. Like you said, I was like, this is shit pay. Yeah. We make the company so much money. I said, Charlie thought I was crazy. I said, I'm going to quit, and I'm going to become full-time YouTuber talking about dating, relationships, fitness, money, sex, everything men care about. And he was like, are you serious? You going to do it? And so I quit. And then a couple months later, Charlie called me. He's like, hey, you think I can do YouTube too? And I said, yeah, I think so. And he quit. And then Charlie, how long you been doing your show?
So we've been doing this show since the middle of February 2019. I've been doing my show since March of 2019. So for about a year and a half now.
Year and a half.
Yeah. And kind of similar to what you said about that kind of ship pay. I mean, we were getting some good pay compared to the Japanese salarymen, right? We weren't living the slave life here in Japan. But it's when the company takes 70% of what you make, right? And you're like, hey, I'm doing like 90% of the work here. Like, come on. And when we were in crypto at the time in 2017, right? We're putting our bonuses, like, we're just like, screw it, let's put all our bonus in Bitcoin. And it was like moving up like crazy. And we were just like, all right, let's take a couple hours off work, take like a 3-hour lunch, screw what our boss thinks, and just have a good time. It's like that little bit of taste of freedom, and it's like, and then once John's over here on YouTube.
It's addictive.
Yeah, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. So
it's very addictive. So Aska, you don't work 9 to 5 every day? You don't have like typical job, you're kind of freelance, Mitai?
Yeah. So I wake up like whenever I have for the first meeting. First, Zoom meeting I have, so I don't have to go to office. I can party as much as I want. I just have to set the first meeting around like 3 p.m. So I can, party until like 5 a.m. So that's the part I love about crypto. And, and we're not affected by, COVID, because like we don't have offices to begin with. So it's like amazing.
Yep. Yeah, internet business is the future. Crypto is also the future. For me, what it was I just had a lot of bad experiences with American banks. American banks are very, very, kibishi. They're too strict, and
really?
They tell me, like, I have a debit card with my bank, and they tell me like you can only spend sanjuman every day. Like even though I have more, they say like you cannot spend more. I'm like, it's my money. What do you mean I can't spend? They're like, oh, sorry, it's our policy. And Charlie and I, we do a lot of international transfer. And if you want to transfer money from America to Japan, you have to wait 5 days.
That's crazy.
If you want to transfer money with Bitcoin, you got to wait 5 minutes instantly. So
5 seconds.
Yeah, so we're big fans of just people not telling us what to do. Charlie, what was like your moment, like, oh Jesus Christ, like I got to get into crypto? What was that for you?
Oh yeah, well, it's pretty easy. I went home for Golden Week back in 2017 in May, and I bought some Ethereum at $90, and I came back here. And about 2 months later, when you just joined Recruit at that time, Ethereum was about $400. So I Forexed my money in like a couple of months. I was like, I'm not so into economics, but maybe now I might want to learn some of this stuff. It might be a little bit interesting. So it's kind of like what Aska is saying here. It's like, yeah, we're all in it for the tech. No, it's you get that money and you see it, and you get that little bit of freedom. Those two things mixed together, and it's very addicting. So then the rest of 2017 was just a crazy, crazy experience. You don't always win the crypto game. You make some losses, but overall, right, it's a great experience. And so you got to take that risk sometimes. You got to be willing to go out and do something new. And I think what Aska is saying here, right, she's basically closing like $1 million deals here between China and the United States. Like, Aska, would you have that opportunity in like a traditional Japanese company? Like, you would be working for like Fujitsu or Toyota?
No way.
Right?
No way.
I'll never succeed. I'm a university dropout, so Japanese, big corporations, like, they wouldn't hire me.
Yep.
Wow. And you're a woman, so they would be like, you should just maybe be secretary or something. Yeah, make some tea.
I said, screw you. I'm not going to do that. Monday to Friday.
Yeah, and like Japanese women, right? When you come to like a party with like a bunch of like salarymen, you have to like pour all their beers, and like you're basically enslaved to some extent, right? So it's like, screw that. Like, let's go make some fucking money.
Damn, really? Yeah. I should have had Aska pour my champagne. I was pouring champagne. I was pouring champagne for her in her glass on Saturday.
No, September.
Welcome to crypto.
So Kelvin is he's in Canada. He has a question. He says, how do you start a business in crypto? So that's a detailed question, but he says, what's the business model for someone like Aska? So we can talk about Charlie another day, but because Aska's here, what's the business model for you guys? You want us to talk about your company? You want us to promote it? What is it called?
Zebra?
Yeah, Zebra is just the name is just Zebra, or?
Yeah. So Amba is the founder, and I joined like only listening to it, but like we've been friends for like almost 2 years now. So it's been like very easy to work with her.
And so what is your like daily work? What's the goal? What is Amber's goal? What is Zebra's goal with crypto and you and Amber? What is your big vision, your big plan?
I think it's now is like ready to connect, because China is a tech giant country now. Like they have exceeded, in terms of tech and especially blockchain and mining. 70% of Bitcoin mining is done in China, right?
Right.
So now like we have like big opportunity to like bridge between China and Japan, because Japanese investors have this like language barrier. They don't speak English, they don't speak Chinese. So I think right now our vision is to connect, the like between China and Japan.
So you guys are basically the middle women of the connection. So you're Japanese, she's Chinese, so you find people interested in Japan, she finds people interested in China, you connect them and take a 3%. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm more percent, but yeah.
Well, for YouTube purpose, we'll just say 3%. Keep you safe. Keep you safe.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Definitely, you're welcome.
Like that.
So your daily work is what? Just wake up every day and do meetings and phone calls, or what?
Yeah, because when I was doing interpreter full time, I made like lots of connections with like top Japanese investors, and they're like constantly seeking for good products to introduce to their communities. So I just my job is holding my smartphone, my iPhone, and then like just lying people. Like, hey, I have this like new something interesting. So if you are interested, I can set up a Zoom call, and then it's like a yeah.
Wow.
Marketing.
That's fantastic. How easy is it to convince a Japanese guy to do some investments because you are Japanese too?
Oh, I mean, as a Japanese person to convince Japanese investors, I think, it's much easier because Japanese people, as you guys know, are very conservative, especially to like non-Japanese people. So I feel like they trust me so much easier. And then like when they're communicating, like they would like rather to communicate with a Japanese person. So I think it makes it like a lot like easier.
Yeah.
That I'm Japanese.
Well, how about in the cryptocurrency or blockchain space in Japan? Because I know like a lot of Japanese people love Forex trading. They love cryptocurrency trading. We got like GMO and DMM, right, getting into the cryptocurrency game. But when you're pitching a Japanese salaryman on like maybe a Chinese blockchain or cryptocurrency project, in terms of the culture, right, that's one thing to get over. Maybe, you could be a bridge there. But in terms of like them looking at the cryptocurrency or blockchain industry, are they really excited to get into it? Or do you have to try hard to convince them to get into the new technology?
I would say like they're really excited because the ROI you can get from crypto cannot be compared with like stocks or, gold or like whatever. It's just a boring asset compared to crypto. So you just have to, introduce like exciting, like legit crypto projects, and they're like on board.
Solid.
Aska, you told me something very interesting on Saturday, and I was a little confused when you told me this, but I said, Aska, what is your favorite crypto? Do you remember? This was after we took those shots. It was right after we took the shots at the bar. I said, what's your favorite crypto? Do you remember your answer?
What did I say? I don't remember. I was too drunk.
You said Tether.
Oh yeah, of course, Tether.
So I'm a little confused about that statement, but could you tell me a little bit more, like why Tether? Because it's just a stable coin, so I'm a little confused.
Well, like 2 reasons. Because because I get like my commissions by Tether. So that's like the first reason.
I like the thing that pays me money. Yep.
Yeah.
And other thing is like I get like salary and commissions in Bitcoin as well. But then I know that Bitcoin is gonna go up, like naturally. So I try not to liquidate my Bitcoin so much. So for me, Tether is like the instant money. Like I can liquidate make it into like fiat and then expand it in like real economy.
How do you liquidate? Do you use Bitflyer?
OTC,
What's OTC?
Over
What is
the
that?
counter.
over the counter.
You just pay with
This is-
Bitcoin?
No, this is not like public, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is public because we're on
This-
YouTube.
This is public.
Oh,
yeah,
So
we're,
don't say
we're,
too much.
we're live on YouTube right now, so don't say too much. But you know,
Okay.
what do you mean by OTC? Like, you just Charlie? Is that trading?
She clarified. She said over the counter, which is a way so that you don't necessarily affect the market directly.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
So she gets a better price.
Do you like Bitflyer? I don't like Bitflyer so much.
I feel like more like young Japanese investor use CoinCheck.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
it's a good one.
I thought Bitflyer was number 1 in Japan. Is it?
I'm not sure which one is
maybe-
number one.
I think they're like similar. Like many people use I think like people who trade, like traders, use Bitflyer more,
Mm-hmm.
and people who are just investors use CoinCheck, I think.
Yeah, because CoinCheck had that big kind of scandal with the hacking and stuff like that for a while, but
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
they've come back pretty well, and very, very well known name here in Tokyo. And it's kind of the thing that I thought was really funny about the exchanges here was like GMO. When GMO tried to get into Bitcoin, they got into Bitcoin at the very, very top at 20,000, and then they bought like a ton of mining operations. I think they've been like,
Oh yeah.
they're not doing
They
so hot.
failed big time. Yeah.
But I mean, they're getting into it and they're trying, which I think is important. But it's
Yeah.
really fun to see the blockchain and cryptocurrency space here in Tokyo, because it's these companies actually do it right, and they pay their employees in crypto sometimes. Whereas in America, like to get a company that actually takes a risk on this space, it's very, very rare.
Tell me about this. What do you think about Facebook and the Libra project?
Oh, I don't know too much about Libra.
Do you like Facebook?
I'm sorry?
What do you think about Facebook as a company? Do you think like they, if they were to control our money, would you trust them, or would you rather trust yourself or a different company?
I wouldn't
No.
trust Facebook.
Why not?
No, I think they had some like scandal.
Yep.
Like, they were giving their like information to like political, like what's the name of company? Something like political or something. So it's like they are stealing our information.
Yeah, they track, just so you know, Facebook tracks all your data. If you have Facebook or Instagram on your phone, even when you check another homepage or another app, they track everything.
Oh, yeah.
So Charlie and I, when we sometimes we write a comment to each other on Facebook, like, hey, you're so stupid, but like we're just joking. And then Facebook locks our account for 3 days.
Really? What's like hate speech?
For hate speech, exactly. And like we're friends, it's just a joke. But we
And
think
you're stupid.
yeah, so so we think to ourselves like what if we say something and then Facebook locks our money? Then that's my biggest thing. I don't trust Mark Zuckerberg. I don't trust most American companies. I don't trust the American government. I don't trust the fucking bank. I don't trust anybody, especially with my money. I trust me with my money. So the Libra project, I think they already canceled the Libra project, right, Charlie? And they're going to rename it.
Oh, really?
They had a slight rebranding, but here's the kicker with the Libra project. They hired America's top #1 financial lawyer, who used to work for the American government as one of the top lawyers for the American government. So I think they're going to be staying and doing just fine through this decade, unfortunately. So, but one question I wanted to ask actually to you, Aska, is there's this project that probably most Japanese people don't know about called Celsius, and they've recently done a partnership with the company Line.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, can you explain to people what Line is? Like how much is it used in Japan? How popular is it?
Oh, every Japanese person uses Line. It's like a WhatsApp, but
Yeah.
like bigger.
Yeah. I think it's hilarious when sometimes I'll like nampa a Japanese girl, like, do you have Line? She's like, I don't use Line. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay. I don't use Instagram either. I don't even have a phone number. You know?
Yeah.
So
Are you in the dark ages?
it's a huge lie. So Line is like, if any, like old ladies, old men, young children in high school, like everybody in Japan has Line. Like I would say 95% of the Japanese population has Line. So Celsius, do you know about Celsius, Aska?
I have never heard of it.
Yeah, I think
Interesting.
it's still very
Should I
underground.
introduce it to my Japanese investors?
I would tell right now, if it's probably one of the best projects in crypto that is probably not very well known in Japan. It's called Celsius Network. Just Google that, take a look at it, and they did a kind of a quiet partnership with Line, as far as what I've heard. So
Oh,
I think a lot of Japanese people will hear of them quite soon, as you know, the Bitcoin coin price is going well. It's basically like if you hold your Tether, like you're getting paid in Tether, right? And you can't put it in your bank, right?
no.
No,
And
definitely not.
When you hold it on your wallet or your exchange, do you get any extra money from holding it?
Like a staking?
Right. You can't stake Tether, right?
No.
But
I don't know. I'm not sure.
no, yeah, no, you're right. You can't. And so, like on Celsius, if you hold Tether, you will get interest every single week.
What?
Yep. So
Didn't know.
they will pay you about, I think it's like 10% every week to hold Tether on their platform.
What?
Yeah.
I'm doing it. Like as we speak.
And they're going to do it through Line. So that's interesting.
What?
Yep.
So people are gonna like naturally gonna want to have Tether.
Yeah, well, it's Tether, it's Bitcoin. If you hold Bitcoin, so if you hold Tether, you'll earn Tether. If you hold Bitcoin, you'll get interest in Bitcoin. So it's not like, let's say you hold $10,000 of Bitcoin. It's not like you get 10% of 10,000, you know, in terms of interest. You get 10% of one Bitcoin. So they pay you in crypto. And so crypto goes up more than dollars, right? So you end up getting more money because you're getting paid in crypto to hold your crypto there.
That's genius. And 40% like monthly return?
Like it's usually about 8 to 15% is the average price, but like in your bank, if you hold your money in your bank, you'll be lucky to get 2%. So
yeah, it's like a nesting.
Yeah, exactly. So,
wow, that's amazing.
So I have a couple more questions for you, Aska. How do you feel about Hex coin?
Hex coin?
Yeah. Do you know Hex coin?
I'm not familiar. No.
It's the biggest joke in cryptocurrency. Only the dumbest people buy Hex coin, but they have a system that they say, like, no matter what, if you just buy Hex coin, it's just gonna keep going up, 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 up. It's probably the biggest suggy I've ever seen in my life. And these people really believe that Hex is gonna just keep going up and up and up. So Japanese people have no idea about Hex coin. You have no idea about that?
No, I think fortunately, I mean, I have never heard of it. So I think Japanese investors, like most of them, have not heard of this like Hex coin.
Probably a good idea to tell them don't buy it because they're going to lose their money. Then they're going to be very disappointed with you. So there's your free tip. Hex coin is not good. What are the coins that you see Japanese investors currently interested in? What's like the number? Let's just say like the top 3 coins Japanese investors are ready to jump into right now.
No, I think DeFi has been like really popular in like the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
But I just get the feeling that DeFi bubble is kind of similar to like ICO bubble in like 2018.
Yeah.
So I try not to touch it, but I think it's a kind of hype.
Yeah. It's the newest scam. How about did you ever know about crypto kitties?
Oh yeah, I have heard of it.
Did you ever buy one or no?
Platform? No.
No, it's just a cat. It's just a cat you can buy on the Ethereum blockchain. But yeah, that's one of the things that is I say this right now with DeFi, right? Because I don't do technical analysis. Charlie does technical analysis. we do a lot of trading and analysis of where the market is going. We're swing traders and long-term traders. I don't day trade. Charlie does not day trade. I think Charlie does like maybe once a month he does a day trade or something.
Yeah, once a month, once a week, depending on how much opportunity is there. Our friend Victor made 6K in our group already with basically, just to let Aska know, we came out with this course called Crypto Mindset over the weekend. We got about 82 people join within 5 days. And one of our guys, he's based out of China, and he made 6K in 2 days, 6,000.
What?
Yeah,
That's
just from trading. So good
beauty
stuff.
of crypto.
That is the beauty of crypto.
Danger of crypto too.
Yeah.
So your guys, they're interested in what? I'm sorry, what was the number one coins that the Japanese investors are invested in or interested in right now?
You know, like some of the DeFi's, but I don't know too much. But I'd say always Bitcoin, Ethereum, obviously, and I don't know what's the third most popular crypto amongst Japanese people. No, but maybe Filecoin.
Yeah, you were talking to me. You were talking to me about Filecoin before this. Charlie, do you know about Filecoin, File?
Yeah, it's been around for quite a long time, and it's had some popularity in terms of its use case, but it's come and gone a lot of times. Right now it's not like very well known among like the international community. So it's kind of interesting here that it's popular in Japan.
Yeah, so popular.
Really? What do you think, like, if you were to give me a number of the average Japanese population, how many people do you think know about Bitcoin? Just know, understand, or know. If you say Bitcoin, they kind of understand a little bit.
Maybe like 12 million. And I think people who live in Tokyo know what is Bitcoin, right?
It's interesting. That's like 10% of the entire population, and then maybe like Tokyo focused.
Do you think people in Okinawa know about Bitcoin?
No, actually, like interesting enough, there are some like big investment community in Okinawa.
Really?
And they invest in like arbitrage platform from Singapore.
Cool.
And then like number wise, arbitrage, is kind of like touchy word, I think, but there are like big community in Okinawa.
Wow, that's pretty. I didn't know about that. Are they located in Naha? Probably in Naha, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. And so, you said about 12 million Japanese population, 127 million. So about a little bit short of 10%. How about what percent of Japanese people actually are owning Bitcoin or some type of crypto?
I would say like 1 to 2%.
Wow.
I think even like globally, that's like the percentage of like a crypto investors or like holder, right? Like 1 to 2%, maybe less.
Less than 1%, is it, Charlie?
Yeah. Yeah, 1%.
Yep.
So I would say.
Yeah,
but
it depends if you're looking at first world versus other places in the world. But yeah, you're generally right. It's definitely less than 2%. Probably less than 0.5%, but it doesn't really matter. It's a very, very small amount of people. So it's like, where do we go from here? Only up, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. And East Asians are known for like big fans of crypto. That's why international projects, they come to China, South Korea, and Japan. So I think in Japan, I would say like 1%.
That's what we're saying in crypto. We obviously we have like a men's community, and it's basically like the people who watch me is like 97% men, and we all are buying a Bitcoin. I say everybody should have, for like kind of a risk also investment. Everybody should have at least one Bitcoin. Just everybody should have one Bitcoin, one whole Bitcoin on a private cold storage device. Do you have any crypto that you keep on a wallet, or what kind of hardware device do you use?
I use this cold wallet called Cool Wallet S. I think it's kind of like a ledger. But the Cool Wallet is invested by SBI. So I kind of trust the technology.
Yeah. SBI is huge. I use Bread Wallet. Do you know Bread Wallet?
No, is that good?
It is good. The CEO of Bread Wallet is always coming to Tokyo. He actually lives here. Also goes here and back and forth to San Francisco. He has headquarters there, but he also does some investment work in Tokyo. And we're friends with him. We went to a couple Bitcoin Cash events, and he was there. And he's friends with Roger as well. But it's
I must
super.
have met him.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she found him, you should probably recognize him.
He's very easy to recognize.
Okay.
But yeah, the wallet is BRD, and it's simple.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah. It has
Yeah.
like a kind of like a bull, like a stuffing doll, like mascot.
Yeah, like
yeah,
that.
Yeah. I think I even have like stickers from like BRD.
Yeah, they have a really good marketing, and yeah, maybe you did meet Adam. So do you have? That's his name. Do you have any wallet that you use on your phone, or is just your cold storage and that's it?
Actually, like my cold storage is like linked to app in my wallet, so like I can check like how much do I have with my app too. But it's still like cold wallet because it's connected to my like card typed cold storage.
There's a lot of things in Japan that are very interesting with crypto and related to the world. How would everyone have one Bitcoin when there's only 21 million Bitcoins in the world? So there's not even 21 million at the moment.
Yeah.
But
better get it while it's here.
You got to get it while it's here. And what I'm saying is this, okay? You have to realize if you are watching this kind of show and you are involved in cryptocurrency, you are such a small percentage of basically the entire world. Like, some people think we're crazy because we're involved in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, or scammers.
Yeah, scammers is a big one too.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll let them call us
I get that a lot.
That. Yeah. Who cares, right? It's like call us a
Who
scammer.
cares? I don't care. Yeah.
Exactly. Call us a scammer, and then when we're sitting there in our Lambos or when we're having a good old time,
Yeah.
they can be sitting over there and they're taking the bus to work or whatever.
No.
What are your goals for crypto?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, of course. I don't care about Charlie.
I've done about 70 sub episodes together, so I think we're pretty good. We're here to talk about you, Aska, today.
To be like a billionaire, crypto billionaire.
Billionaire?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I see lots of like multi-millionaires from crypto.
Right.
But I feel like it's as a goal, it's kind of boring. So I thought I should say like billionaire.
Go for gold, baby.
That's bold. That's really bold. So let me tell you this. What do you want all that money for? What do you want to do?
Buy a private jet.
Really? And then where are you going to go? You traveled around the world. You've traveled a lot of places, I've seen.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe Caribbean. St. Kitts, maybe, because there's no tax.
Yeah, that's where Roger lives. Yeah, taxing is a big problem. Does the typical Japanese person the typical American person, they really, really, really hate taxes? How about the Japanese person? Do they hate paying taxes?
Oh, Japanese people are like conservative, so they don't have like any strong opinion against like politics or like what politicians do. So many people are like cool with it. It's like, it's the thing like we have to do. It's our duty. So.
Wow, really? Americans don't feel like that anymore. Americans like fuck taxes. Okay. We don't want to do this. But yeah, I think like I said, there's just a huge potential with crypto and huge with just like the future of crypto is so easy. If you just do a little bit of research and you come into the community, I think anybody who can have no pride, study, learn and listen, that they can learn so much about crypto in general. Are there more crypto jobs becoming available in Tokyo right now?
I think so because like it's interesting. Like after Corona, Japanese people are like starting to realize like we have to invest. We have to let our money work for ourselves because we can't go to offices and we could lose our jobs like anytime. So I'm getting like so much more questions from like my friends. They, reach out to me and say, "Oh, like do you do crypto, right? Like, can you like give me some tips?" So more people, like population, who have interest in crypto is increasing. So I would say like more job opportunities. I mean, just opportunities in general.
And when do they usually come and ask you that question? Is it when the Bitcoin price is doing very well, or is there a certain
Oh
type of
yeah,
like situation that
yeah,
you usually get that question?
yeah.
It's
So like
always
my
Bitcoin
DM
price.
is like blowing up. Yeah.
Okay. What about when the Bitcoin price is not doing well? Do Japanese people that you talk to like are they very like, oh, Bitcoin is down right now, I don't want anything to do with it, or are they still open to it when the Bitcoin price is not doing well?
Um, I would say like some people just reach out to me because they say like they're worried because they know that I get like paid by Bitcoin.
Okay.
But I would say that now it's a good time to sell with
Ah,
like attractive price. So like I suggest you do the same because the
oh,
price is
nice.
like low right now. Yeah.
And then one question I had, because you mentioned earlier that the word arbitrage was a little bit kind of taboo, right? Because you're saying
Yeah.
that Okinawa
Yeah.
group was doing a bit of arbitrage.
Oh.
I mean, it's a great way to make money, right? It's not illegal. It's perfectly fine. Like, why is that kind of a maybe like a little bit of a taboo word when it comes to trading in Japan?
No, I think like historically there was no even like one arbitrage platform lasted for a long time. So all the like arbitrage platform kind of ended up as like exit scam. I think that's why
Yeah,
it's like
I got you.
considered as like taboo. But this platform, Singapore, they have been, working so much. They have been so successful in Japan. So it's like, we will see what's gonna happen.
Okay. And so when you look at crypto projects in Japan, what projects are maybe what are people sketched out about, or what do people not trust about crypto projects in Japan? And then what are people really excited about here?
Oh, I'm sorry, come again?
So what are people like when you introduce a crypto project to Japan? We talked about maybe some
Yeah.
coins which were popular.
Hmm.
What will Japanese investors be worried about? Like if you present, for example, like a privacy coin, like, oh, you can keep your money
Oh,
private. Maybe, ooh, they don't like that. Or like, what types of projects do they kind of think, ooh, that type of use case is really interesting versus maybe, ooh, this type one is maybe a little bit not trustable.
so what's interesting about Japanese investors is that they don't care about like use case or like real, economy adoption. They just care about like, oh, this is like invested by Binance and CZ, and they're like, okay, I'm in.
So it's all about people.
Yeah, so oh, it's gonna be listed on like Hobby, OKX, and they're like, oh, okay, it must be legit.
Oh, nice.
That's why like Filecoin has been so successful because they're gonna be listed at Gemini or at Coinbase.
Mm.
So it's all about like big names in Japan. It sounds kind of shallow, but it's just the way
Well,
it is.
branding,
Yeah.
right? Branding is huge in Japan.
Branding, yeah.
So wait a minute. So they're gonna go listing on Coinbase soon. Is that public knowledge, or what's that? Is that new?
Yeah, it's public knowledge. Yeah, it's not new.
Oh wow. Now
And and Gemini.
I don't use Coinbase. I despise it. I think Do you know when you buy coins in Coinbase, sometimes you have to wait like 15 minutes or 15. Excuse
Oh,
me.
I didn't know.
No, no. You have to wait 15 days to receive your Bitcoin.
What?
Yeah.
I wanna forget about my transaction in 2 weeks. It's like, oh, what do we do?
Yep.
Like, where's my money?
It's yeah, that's that when I see that, that's my one concern with crypto is when I see like these exchanges becoming like banks, because I think we just need more.
Mhm.
I think that's why the DeFi spot is like kind of hot right now, because everybody's like, oh, decentralized, decentralized, decentralized. But I mean, how many like successful decentralized exchanges do you know of right now, Charlie?
There's a handful that actually are successful. I mean, Uniswap is probably the biggest one globally that's successful right now. I mean,
Is there
there's a
any?
bunch of other ones. There's like, IDEX, there's Balancer, there's like a few others, but they're all very, very brand new. And like she was talking about Binance CZ earlier, right? And even CZ came out with a decentralized exchange, but Uniswap, which is totally open source, is already
Oh yeah.
beating them, beating Coinbase as well.
Mm.
So
We tell me about Zebra. How many people work there?
Right now, like almost 10.
Oh wow!
Now,
So
like
it's growing.
we're hiring like crazy because like we need trilingual interpreters
Hmm.
because we have to communicate with like Chinese speakers, English speakers, and Japanese speakers. So
Has the coronavirus really damaged you? Because I know you guys do a lot of events and you do a lot of promotions and kind of meetups and stuff before you guys were doing that. Is that still happening now? Is everybody wearing masks or what's the situation?
I mean, we're not doing like physical events anymore, but we are doing like huge webinars, like every day to like 500 attendees.
Really?
Like every time like a few hundred attendees, yeah, from like all over Japan, and then Zoom is free, so that's even better.
Wow, 500 people. How are you finding these people? How are you sourcing them?
Because like we have good connections to like Japanese KOLs, and each one of them has like very huge communities, so they just like bring these people into our webinars.
So what's that? You said KOL?
Yeah, our key opinion leaders.
Okay, so what is this like?
Influencers.
Like Hikakin, or what are we talking about? Like who?
Yeah, I wish like one of my KOL is as big as Hikakin, so we can make so much money. But like it's like they're not like celebrities or anything, but kind of like so I don't know. They have like influence to like investors, so they can bring in their people to us, and then of course they make commissions, so everybody wins.
Wow, that's crazy. So you doing 500 people every day?
Not every day, maybe like 2-3 days in a week, but still it's really good. Yeah.
And you're pitching 500 people with the presentation?
So Ian Amber, the role is kind of like MC. We just introduce like Chinese CEOs and project managers to Japanese investors, and then we like our hired interpreters gonna interpret the pitching.
Wow, that is fucking pretty gangster. And
There's a lot of good money in that. It sounds like.
Yeah, that's like a lot of money. Do you see crypto and Bitcoin and your kind of job right now? Do you see everything slowing down anytime soon?
No.
Wow.
We're only growing bigger.
Wow.
And there's like so much stuff to cultivate. Because as we are talking about earlier, crypto population in Japan is like really small.
Yeah.
But then people are interested because like they got like subsidy money for COVID, right? But like they have like no place to invest. So I think more and more people are like increasing having interest to crypto because stocks are kind of expensive.
Right. So like so what she's talking about is similar to what Donald Trump did before, obviously Shinzo Abe, now he's no longer prime minister. But if you had a business, like if you had the equivalent of an LLC or an S Corp in Japan, the government would just give you money just if you had a business. I have a friend. He has a video making business. He does video editing. He's a director. And they gave him $10,000, 1 million Japanese yen, just because he had a business. So is that the money you're talking about? Those people investing?
I love it.
I love it so much. Goddamn. How many men work with you?
Like 1, 2. We are like more women.
Yeah, because every girl I I met you, or excuse me, I didn't. Well, obviously, I met you now. I met Amber before, and then I met some other girl. She was like translator, I think. And then you have Akane also. There's some other girl. She was younger. I forgot her name. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then Amber is I've seen her Instagram, I've seen her LinkedIn, and I watched her in real life. She's really fucking aggressive in a good way.
She is ambitious. She is ambitious. I love it.
She is super ambitious. Well, eventually Charlie and I, we're going to talk to, the guys at Celsius, and we're going to be talking about introducing some of these crypto companies to Tokyo, because, a lot of Americans, a lot of gaijin and American investors, they want to come and invest in Japan. They want to invest in China, but they don't know any connections. They don't know any Japanese. And kind of similar to you, right? If I talk to American, they're going to trust me more if they talk to Japanese or Chinese. It's just shogunai.
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
But yeah, I think maybe in the future we can work together and potentially do something. Charlie, do you have any more questions for Aska?
Yeah, I was just kind of curious in terms of like your company right now. So how many people are working at Zebra?
Almost 10.
Okay. And you mentioned like this space is only going to keep growing. So like when you think about the future with Zebra and the different projects that you guys are working with, like how do you see kind of the growth happening over the next maybe few years? Are you looking at just like the next 2 or 3 years? Or are you looking like over the course of like the next 10 years? Like what kind of growth do you guys see in this market?
No, I think we're expecting like exponential growth, because we only start doing Filecoin sales in the less than a month. But then we are getting like so much interest from like Japanese investors. We just cannot wait to buy and invest. So I think it only grows bigger.
Wow.
So are you guys getting like too much work? Like you can't handle it all, or?
Oh yeah. Like we're swamped with like meetings and webinars, but it's I love it too.
That's good. You are like super business lady, because you're so busy, but you can still drink on the weekends until late with us. So that's fun. That's always good.
Yeah, that's the reason I work.
I love it. I had a good time. I'll be at One Oak this weekend. I don't have any more questions. Charlie, do you have any more questions?
I'm good for today. I appreciated having Aska on. It was very interesting to kind of get, like, I think a lot of our audience, right, is not Japanese, right? They're from all over the world, many different countries. So they don't really understand, like, how does a Japanese or how does an Asian person view this market? Because I think, to be honest, a lot of Asian people, and specifically Japanese, are very positive on crypto and blockchain because there's so much potential, like you said. Whereas I think a lot of Western people are so stuck in like not moving forward in terms of like the banks and stuff like that. There's a lot of regulations. So Japan is actually like really opening up to crypto, which I love living here and seeing that, because America is kind of, giving the power to the banks still, unfortunately. But Japan's still moving forward in that regard. So that gives Japan an advantage. And I think everybody getting that perspective from you is very good. So thanks for, telling everybody about that today.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. Yeah. And we are looking forward to, maybe going to have you come on again. We would love to have Amber on the show. Maybe we'll talk when we get off the internet. We'll talk here.
Yeah.
So that's going to do it for us, guys. Please don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. It is No Simp September. I'm going to be back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, September 24th, Body Language Mastery is starting. Go to modernlifedating.com/body language. Get on the waiting list. We are doing big things. September 24th, enrollment starts. It will finish on September 28th. Until then, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.